Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I want to talk about really the theme of my life. You know, some would say the story of my life. And it's not a good one. And it has me questioning things. Always, not always, but sometimes I do. But I want to say at first, I'm a very logical person, very analytical, logical, and I have actually done things that had had tests run and so forth, and I am highly analytical, like I just said, and I have a genius IQ. So I think more rationally, about things, I'm more about fact, and I don't live really with my head in the clouds or whatever, but still, some of the things that I'm going to talk about that just make me question. But I still go back to being rather rational, I just don't believe in this stuff. Like, I don't believe in luck, okay? Bad luck, just luck. But I have been surprised by things that I've seen in my life. I'm 58 years old. So let me go back, okay, to things that I had no control over. But at the same time, I have to pay the price for it on a daily basis. Okay, starting when I was a kid, I was born 15 months after my third sibling, so I'm the fourth. There's one after me. I was born, like I said, 15 months after that one. Is a sister. And my mother had postpartum depression after she had me. And she never got past her feeling of not wanting to have anything to do with me. Back then, it wasn't like it is today. Remember that. And she suffered from anxiety. I really think she suffered from agoraphobia. Okay? I'm a social and behavioral scientist. I'm not diagnosing her, but I really think she did. I suffered from it myself when I was 28 and 33. Then they put me on medication for type 2 diabetes. Haven't had that problem since. Okay? 58. Anyway, and I don't have too much with panic, but lately, since 2020, yeah, it's starting to come back. Some of it, not come back, it's just some there. But anyway, so going back then, I had no control over my mother having postpartum depression, and had no control over the way she treated me because of it, or because of it. But I remember as a really small child, I was walking into my mom's and my dad's bedroom, the master bedroom in the house, and I heard her talking to her mother, my grandmother, and in the room. They were both in the room. Well, they had this big thing. I don't know what you call them. Armoire? No. What is the word? It's just a big... it was a big piece of wood, let's just say. Something that thing she put in it, I don't really remember. But I think you could have it in like your kitchen or something and put dishes to display, or but she had it in her bedroom, their bedroom. Anyway, it was right there before the door. Well, I heard her talking about me. I mean, okay, a little child is hearing, why is my mother talking about me to her mother? And so I just stopped. I mean, I guess I was stunned. And I heard her say to her mother that I ruined, now there's the word, ruined my sibling, the one that was my sister that was born 15 months before me. I ruined her childhood. Imagine a little kid hearing this. I was shocked. And of course, I did not ruin it by being born. I had no choice in being born. Okay? But she never went past that kind of thing with me. Never. And she passed away, I don't know what it was about. Oh my goodness. 7 years ago, yeah. Somewhere around there. And she never got over it. Anytime when she was older, when she'd call me, finally she's calling me, she would ask me if I had heard from one of my other siblings, because she was trying to find her and couldn't get her on the phone. Okay, she did not call to talk to me. She wanted to know where my other sibling was. And seriously, and I could go on with stories about that. Now, I had no control over that. Now, my dad, he was an abusive man. He thought the response to anything was to beat somebody. Now, some people think spare the rod, spoil the child. It's not in the Bible. Just for your knowledge, it's not in the Bible. In fact, it says quite the opposite about some things. But he had that kind of view. But what it was really was whenever he, we know this, whenever he felt like taking his anger out on somebody, he came at me. I had 4 siblings. He came at me. He took it out on me. Okay, until I was 12 years old. When I was 12 years old, we were in the laundry room. The washer and dryer were right next to me. And he followed me in there, and he started screaming at me. And he started to, he hit me and knocked me against the washer and dryer. And I came up fighting. I was 12 years old. I said, "You ever lay a hand on me again, I will call the authorities on you." Now, I was a little kid. I said the wrong thing, but he got the gist that the authorities. So after that, he turned to humiliation. Okay, humiliation games. Every chance he got, to humiliate me in front of other people. Okay. Did I have any choice in all that? No. Now here it gets deeper, okay? Okay, it goes on from there. Because of this, there is a theory, and I read this back in the 90s, that a health condition I have had since I was a young child is due to too much stress. It's due to childhood trauma and abuse. It could be trauma, abuse, whatever kind of it is. And we're not talking it doesn't have to be physical, but it could be due to that. And I truly believe that it is. And it started when I was a child. And yeah, did I have any control over that? No. Nope, none. Did not have any responsibility in it. Nope, none. I was a child. Well, because of the health condition, I've paid for it the rest of my life. I paid for it. I would say I was at least, could have been 4 years old or younger. Okay, because when I entered kindergarten, there was already a difference. Okay, so kindergarten, I remember there was already a difference. And it has caused me a lot of grief and trouble and not really having a fair chance in life. They call them life chances. I did not, and I have not, and I still don't. I still don't to this day. I mean, I would go out there and I would do things and do them just to try to improve my life. But no, it was not. This whole health condition wrapped around it every day. Every day I have to monitor myself all day long. When I'm awake, I have to think, even in my sleep, okay, I wake up so many times a night due to all of it. None of it was my fault. None of it I did. Now, there's where my questioning started. Why? I don't believe in luck. But others would say, well, you got really bad luck. And I have had people tell me that I have a jinxed life. That's the way they put it. You have a jinxed life. People who have actually witnessed it, who've actually been there and seen what I've gone through, and I know that I'm not exaggerating, know that it is the truth to my life. You have a jinxed life. And I had made a video on one of my channels before about, when somebody said that there's something underlying, and for some people it is, the ones that are the mean girls type, the adult mean girls, they just want to point out that theirs life is so much more, is so much better. Okay. Okay, now remember, I attended university, graduated, I earned degrees, plural, trying to improve myself, plural. I taught even at college and university. But because of my health condition, I couldn't continue. And, jinxed life, much. If I believe it, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in having a jinxed life. But it's awful strange that my life has just been like that over and over and over. And, and things I have no control over. I had no control over my childhood. What had happened to me when I was a child. And it's kind of like some people can't relate to that. So let's give an example. Say like you're at work and you're really doing your job. Somebody is jealous because you're getting so much attention from the boss, or you got a raise, and they go in and they try to sabotage your good name. They're doing it behind your back. You don't know that this is happening. And then they screw up something intentionally for you, blame it on you, and you get fired. You had no control over all that. You can fight it, but it's your word against somebody else. And it looks like you. They've made it look like you. You see? You have no control. This is the story of my life. I had no responsibility, no control, I could not change it when I was a child. And then what I did as a child to say I was going to report him to the authorities, he turned to humiliation. What can you do about it? Somebody, your own dad, turning to humiliation and does it in front of anybody, any chance he has. You know, and then I attended a school system where anybody could be bullied. It was like there was no tolerance for bullying back then. Not that I'd ever heard of it. I don't think anybody else I knew had heard of it. But anybody could be bullied every day, and there wasn't anything that really was done about it. Nothing. You know, and I wasn't the only one. And I'm not saying there was just like one person here, one person there that people would bully. Anybody. You know, if somebody sneezed in a class, they ooh, and then they could go on and on talking about that person sneezing until the next thing happened. You know, somebody, I don't know, they came to, you know, school with their shirt not tucked in totally, you know, a guy or something. Ooh. It could be little, it can be something bigger. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves this bullying and this making fun of and all that. But anyway, like I'm saying, this is the story of my life. I just a theme in my life, and not just the only one, but this is the one on my mind today. It's just, my goodness, I've run across so many. I have a channel that I have now, the videos, I don't have any public videos on anymore. And one of the reasons is because, you got it, somebody came in and tried to ruin my channel. And they really did. I reported them twice. I think that they may have lost their channels, but all they have to do is get another one and keep doing it. And I, you know, like I said, reported both times. And things got changed, but I'm not going to lose all my old videos because of some jerk that just wants to take out their anger on somebody else. I have no control over that, you see? And that is something that really has been so much. But on that channel, I did a lot of videos about narcissistic histrionic behaviors in people, not diagnosing anybody, but their behaviors were such a blend of that, and I'm like a target for them. It's nothing I'm doing. It's not me. Don't blame the victim. It's them. And to go on, I'm going to move on a little bit from that. So this is nothing new to me. This is nothing. This is something I've seen so much in my life. And they will find anybody, any chance, any opportunity. And like I said, I have to seem like I'm a target. No, they will find anybody, any chance, any opportunity. And it can even be like one person who's very histrionic, or one person who's very narcissistic attacks on one person who's very histrionic. Okay? Many people know that. I can't say we all know that. I don't like it when people say, we all know that. No, I just said earlier in this video, no, we don't all know that. Okay? So, okay. Pardon if my view has a little bit of the mount in it. My old mount broke a couple of days ago. I think it was a couple of days ago, 2 or 3. And this is the only one I have. And I ordered one and got my order. I ordered one with groceries and got my order. And of course, that was one thing they didn't have. Yeah, the story of my life. Really. I can even go to things like that. But I'm talking about big things. And yeah, it's my life has been like this, and I don't see there's any end in sight. I have just been affected this past few months, couple months, by healthcare professionals and their staff that have done, and people in that kind of group, in that kind of setting, that, like one woman said, she just dropped the ball on that. It was a woman at one of the offices. I told her what happened at the other one. She says, well, they just dropped the ball on that. And what she meant was they didn't do their work. They're slackers, and they didn't do their job, And it cost me money, $150. Okay, nothing I can do about it. There are situations that people need to learn. There are situations in life you can't really do anything about. You know, and unless you really, I mean, $150, what am I going to do? Get a lawyer and sue them? How much is that going to cost me? You see, and this is the sad part of life, is there's one just happened, and this past month and this month, going into this month, they did not do their work. The office seemed like somebody was higher than a kite on an application they sent to me. Oh my goodness, I could not believe it. It was like they basically had pages that were maybe several cover sheets or letterheads in the start of the whatever it was, and then all the other sheets all mixed up in, like, one on side, on the other. There was no way, shape, form, or fashion I could put it in any order. The fonts, some of them match, this one don't match. One page, on one side of the page would say page, like, say 4. You turn it over, it says page 10. Two different types of fonts. And it just kept going, and it was thick. I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and try to do some jigsaw puzzle, and who knows if it would even come out. Somebody must have been higher than a kite. How could they see that? They put this in an envelope in the first page, no cover sheet, but the first page starts at number 16. Where's the 1 through 15? And it says, I think, page 4. Where? Who is that oblivious to what they're doing? Who can look at it and see, okay, this is messed up? Really. But because of this and because of what they didn't do, I pay the price for it. There's nothing I can do. I was told that by a high up person. There's nothing you can do. That they screwed up, but yeah, right. There's nothing you can do. Okay, actually there was an option. Well, if they can't do it, then you can call these, and then let's see if they can. And I called them. They said, well, no, you have to complete it through that other one first, and then then we'll see about coming here. I can't reach them because the number they gave me, the 800 number, it goes through an automated system, puts me on hold, then plays the music, and it goes dead. It hangs up, bleep, over and over. Story of my life. That's the theme in my life. Oh my goodness. And there's no changing it. You know what I'm saying? There's no, I can't change this kind of thing in my life. I try. There's no way to change it. I mean, I can't say, okay, I've tried changing it, but I tried changing my life by doing things like getting education, so on and so forth, trying to improve myself. It just doesn't work. Okay, it's a bit like this mount on my phone. I remember spending more than I'd ever spent on a mount, for a cell phone on my windshield mount. And this was years ago, and it doesn't hold stiff. Yeah, I had to kind of rig it up a little bit, and then that still doesn't work right. Because it won't stay stiff. It just rolls around and around, and it'll all of a sudden go down. Plus, it'll pop off the windshield. And like I said, I didn't use this one. I was using another one that was much cheaper. It was a really cheap one, and I used it for years. Okay, but okay, here it is. I didn't do anything. It's the fault of the people who made it. You see, But this theme happens so much, and no, it's not like, you buy a new car, and suddenly you see those kinds of cars all over the place. No, it's not something like that. Just because this has happened to me once, and I see it in everything. No, I sometimes just don't want to see that. I kind of want to go in some form of denial because, my goodness, I have been affected by these kinds of things. People not mean girls, people not doing their jobs, people, slackers, people who just are so jealous that they will try anything, do anything to make things bad for me. And I know I am not the only person in the planet that experiences these things. But my health condition, by the way, is very rare. Very rare. We're talking like a few in million or so. I remember one time reading it was something like a few in, it was something like 33 million or something. But no, now they've narrowed it down. There's apparently a lot more awareness of it, and it's less than that. But it's like a few, maybe around 10. And if it is the one, okay, there's a story behind that. I'll do that in another video. But it's like 10 in a million. Okay, very rare. In other words, just very rare. And mine was proven through CTs and all that. 3 of them so far. It's proven fact. And I have a whole video. Actually, I don't have one on this channel. But it's just been, like I said, the story of my life. And there's nothing I can do. I can't change it. So with all this, just what little, I mean, this is teeny tiny fraction, teeny tiny, oh my goodness, of what I have experienced that I had no control over. I did not have control over being born when I was born, you know, but boy, did I have to pay the price for being born, man. But I still, you hear this little laughter, in a way, I'm still a cheerful person. I have always been more of a cheerful person. I'm just venting about these things. But like I said, I'm very logical, very analytical. But I see what I know, and like I said, I can try to go into denial about it, but it's still there. I have to pay attention to this because of my health conditions all day long, all waking hours. Like I said, even sometimes in my sleep. Now, you know, if I wanted to be illogical, if I wanted to be, I don't know what to even call it. I would say, well, I do know what to call it, but I don't want to use that term. But I could say, like it's some kind of predetermined predestination. I remember studying that when I was young, so I don't remember everything about it. But that just that of, like some would think about reincarnation, and say that I'm paying for the behaviors of my past personalities or people, my past lives, and they really must have screwed up big time if that's the case, But see, I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I'm very analytical, so okay, I'm very logical. I just don't believe like that. What is going around here? But anyway, but still, like I say, sometimes you gotta go, wow. It's like I don't believe in UFOs. My mom was one of those that believed in all that. Okay, I don't believe in them. But I know when I lived in Florida, me and a whole bunch of other people were on the street, got out of our cars, and were looking up trying to figure out what the heck that was in the sky. I don't believe in UFOs. And I also don't think that we should be so stupid as to think that in all these, what is it, the cosmos, what is the whole thing called? It's been a long time since I've studied. I was a kid. The whole thing, whole universe, the whole whatevers, that we are the only people, the only, I can't say humans, the only beings that can think. We're the only beings. I'm not that stupid. I don't think. But why would we assume that they are more technologically advanced than we? Really? Okay, that's an assumption. And they'd even have a similar, or even some kind of form that walks, or that can fly, or that has, any, like I said, the technology is better than ours. Why would we assume that? Why would we assume that it's not? Either way. But anyway, I still say in Florida, when I lived there, it was in, where was I at the time? Fort Lauderdale. And I lived there. And for a while, I grew up in Texas, but after 18, I moved around a lot. But me and a bunch of people, and I went back home, got Adam, and went back up there because I saw it, and it wasn't like it was going to move. And we were just like, whoa. People I didn't know, people in other cars just stopped right dead in our tracks, got out and were pointing like, what? You know? So, but like I said, I really don't believe in it. It could have been something else. It was round, and it had windows all the way around it, and it was not a blimp. And it was not a blimp. Okay, I had seen blimps many times in my life. That was not a blimp. And everybody, no, Adam's like, that is not a blimp. We didn't know what it was. Yeah, never heard anything about it on the news, nothing. So, anyway, so things like that will make you go, maybe my thoughts aren't right. See? I mean, I've had some really weird experiences where I had to go, now that is coincidental, but kind of freaky. Okay. You see? Okay, I think I've made enough on this video. And knowing my luck, if I believed in luck, I'd probably make one really long video and then somehow delete it by accident. Or it got screwed up. I've uploaded videos before that got screwed up, and it wasn't my fault. I did not do them intentionally. It was something I had done repeatedly, the same kind of way I upload videos, thousands of videos over the years, since 7 years ago this month, the original channel. And I have more than one channel. And I do it the same thing, same way. And I'm not saying it was something that happened once it got to YouTube. It was the, the editor thing kept screwing up. And I had to delete it and, download a new one. So, but yeah, that's happened. That's really happened. And so things like that, like I was saying, I have no control over that. I had no control that the app went bad. Okay. But this just happens to so much in my life. It's unbelievable. I have even gotten to the point where, like coming down here, I worry a little bit about going to the park to make videos instead of doing it in front of my house and showing a wall or a shrub, because, and even then, like I watch my videos about the neighbors, nosy neighbors and stuff. I can't feel comfortable. I can't feel comfortable out here because I am so used to things going wrong that I have no, it's not my fault. I haven't not done anything to contribute to it. It's just weird people, okay, crazy people, or somebody slacking, or just coincidental, or you see what I'm saying. I said I was wrapping up. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.